Hello everyone, it's IT Chill here. Today I want to talk about components and skills required for PriSecDBAPI. Environment components, UI framework components, libraries required, skills required. In order to run the applications, you will need to install the .NET 6 to 8 SDK. After installing the SDK, kindly check if ASP.NET Core 6 was installed and running on your device server. While ASP.NET Core is able to run on macOS, Linux and Windows, the only OS option is Linux. Technically speaking, the current Linux environment for the server can be changed, but the method may require you to discover. SDKs were required because the source code needs to be built or compiled into binary so that it can be run on Linux server or deployed on Linux server. Running the application will run the application for a temporary duration, whereas deploying the application will run the application for 24/7. I know many may make complaints, but if you are looking for simplified, deploy, compile application, you can look for the details on Microsoft official sites with the tab title of Linux with Nix. However, my advice is to ignore the configuration and deployment on Nix, and your focus should limit to system D part. The flow will be the following. At the final step, lists of information were created, so credentials and some of the information were required to copy and hand over to a developer. The exact details will be covered later. Avalonia UI was used for the reworked client applications. You can skip this part if you are not looking for modifying the client application's UI in a simpler way. Avalonia UI components need to be installed within Visual Studio. This will aid your UI adjustments. You only know what I was saying here if you hands-on and experience it yourself. The core library that was required is libsodium, because the data needs to be decrypted, as there is data encapsulation in JSON string with certain model format. Optional libraries may be required by some developers. In the programming language that you use, if there is no wrapper library for libsodium or it is severely outdated, you need to have the skill of creating your own wrapper library. Basic Web API consumptions and integrations is a skill that must require. Data encapsulation and decapsulation skills will be required as JSON string will be sent to server and a JSON string will be received from server upon data retrieval process. System administration skills on Linux will be required as the administrator needs to configure on LAMP stack, creating database accounts, configuring DNS, and configuring and enabling HTTPS. Having the skills on Linux to enable DNS sec will also be good. That's all for this. Thank you very much.